Hello and welcome to the Golf World Championship, the podcast. This is a podcast all about golf. Did you see Roger Federer? No, he's a tennis player. Ha! I got all you non-golf fans here watching. Ha ha ha! Right, so let's talk about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is a fantastic golfer, and that golf documentary on Netflix was incredible. Tiger Woods was very good in it. Was he in it? I don't know. I can't remember who was actually in that documentary. I was watching the cricket at the time. Yeah, I'm a massive golf fan, but I love cricket. I always think England are going to win, but then 4 days later, England never win. I know. Right, there you go. Thank you guys for watching this show. Well, no, we're not going to end it there. We're going to bring a guest on, aren't we? No. Why? Because it's a pilot episode to a podcast, mate. It's a golf podcast. What guests are you going to have on, apart from Tiger Woods, who is one of the greatest golfers that we've ever seen? I know, right? And I was thinking to myself, what a wonderful... Why have I got my hand in shot? Because I'm trying to reach out to you viewers. Watch golf on Sky Golf. I know. Golf's incredible. I like watching all the swinging. I like it when they get the hole-in-ones though, because it's really funny because...
And now for something completely different.
Hello! And welcome to And Now for something completely different. Today we're talking about something completely different. So, we talked about in the first video, we talked about Rimmer. And the second video, I can't remember what we talked about. But in this video, I'm going to quote you the theme tune. Once in every lifetime, there comes a month like this. Oh, I need you, you need me. Darling with the young ones. Oh, darling with the young ones. That is Rick Mail, or Rick Mail, however you pronounce his last name, I'm never 100% sure. Eric Edmondson, Alexis Sale, Nigel Planer. The one that the guy that played Mike, who was also in Green Grass, in an episode of Green Grass, shall I say, and in Only Fools and Horses. So he's into traditional sitcoms. I wouldn't say Green Grass is entirely traditional because there are more outside elements than in studio elements. So you can debate on that. Only Fools and Horses, but he's not a comedian, he was an actor, so this was another acting job for him. He was in the most agnostic... No, I can't even say the word. Let's try it again. The most wildest sitcom of the 80s. It was a sitcom that didn't need to be a sitcom. There was a load of friends mucking about. So let's get into it. For all you Oxford fans of Monty Python who thought this was a Monty Python YouTube channel, I did that, it didn't work, I cancelled it, deleted it, and moved all the videos to the third channel. But now we're here with And Now for something completely different, which is a whole reference to Monty Python, but isn't directly Monty Python. So, The Young Ones was a British, I'll get on to that, I know what you're thinking, was a British sitcom set in a university house, where we had Rick, Vivian, Mike, and Neil. Neil was the long-haired, my name's Neil, that, the, veg peace and vegetable rice, or something like that. I've probably got the quote horrifically wrong there. And we had Rick, who was the, hat-wearing, upside-down Blue Peter badge, with Vivian, with the, piercings on his forehead and the spiky out hair, and we had Mike, the adult figure. Now, you're probably thinking, is that it? Was there anyone else in it? Well, Alexis Sale played every other character in a family of characters that appeared in every so often. We had French and Saunders appear in a few episodes. And we had random animals dotted about and random imagery. It lasted 2 series. And Cliff Richard was the butt of the joke in most of it, but then did call himself back when he did a Rendell's Day performance of Living Doll. I've got yourself crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. I do the best, please, just cause we've a living doll. I know when I am satisfied, she satisfied my soul. I am the only walking, talking, living doll. And they go, let me know! It goes, yeah, let me know! And you could just see it cut to them, and cut back to Cliff, and he's putting the headphones back on. It's amazing. So, we also, at the same time as all this, it changes comedy completely. That they're all, some of them was a comedy strip present, but that's all, doesn't matter for another day. But why is it important to talk about the young ones? Well, you wouldn't have comedy today without the young ones, because you would have had the Lesdorfs and try to think of family-friendly comedians that I can talk about that were around in that era doing they were all wearing waistcoats, and I would do my stand-up style, because I haven't perfected my stand-up style, but as you watch on the Tom's Comedy Club, you can see my two different styles of stand-up. So I did my stand-up show, which, if I ever did that again, it would be revising horrifically. And then I did my stand-up shorts to bridge the gap between some of the stand-up I did on The Mind of Tom Mason. And I would say I would wear a shirt and wear a waistcoat, because I like wearing waistcoats and shirts. I mean, I would wear the waistcoat without the shirt, but I don't think it complements. I'm gonna go, I don't even know fashion as well as I'm making it out to. I'm a Doctor Who comedy, British just television general aficionado. I don't know anything about fashion. I'm not a fashionista, if that's what it's called. So, the young ones were the alternatives. That's the word we're looking for. Anarchic and alternative. 80s were there for the alternative. Jo Brand, I think she was in the. I can't say for sure, but I think Jo Brand was in the alternative circuit. And it's those type of people. So my comedy style, I would say I'm alternative. I'm in the alternative scene, but I don't know if anyone else would agree. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to know more about that, go and check out Tom Mason, The Weird Side, and Tom's Comedy Club, because that's where I've got some comedy involved, so you can tell me that. But the young one set itself. So you look at every other sitcom, and there's no other sitcom that would have a bed falling from the ceiling, or them being battered at one bottom, filthy rich and cat flap, or but then Rick. Anything with Rick in it, you know it's gonna be like the young ones. Violence, comical violence, sound effects playing live in the studio, the audience howling, laughing, and for some weird reason, the young ones, random bands. Now, you want to know why there was bands involved in the young ones? It's a simple question. They wanted more money. The young ones, producers, the production, everyone at that, filming that at that time wanted more money. And the only way you can get more money is by becoming a variety show. So it's got the sitcom in it, but you have to have musical acts. So they chose their favourite musicians to come in and do weird bits like Dexter's Midnight Runners in the toilets, or Madness in a pub. And it's weird, and it makes no sense, but they got more money to do what they wanted. They can do explosions, they can kick in walls, kick in TVs, car drives, they can do whatever they wanted, because they had more of a budget. Who is the best character in the young ones? It's definitely Rick. Now I know that Neil's quite good. Neil's the second favourite. Mike's lacking slightly, but I do think Vivian's third. I do think Rick Mail's character, Rick himself, as a comedian, because he is a comedian, because he did all the stand-up circuit beforehand, he just sets himself up, and everything he does is one step better and better and better. He did do some normal type comedy, like the traditional, if you want to call it traditional. Ben Elton helped write the young ones, so I don't know whether you call Blackadder traditional, but he was Flashard in Blackadder. So, what do I think of the young ones? It's an incredible sitcom. It's got incredible behind the scenes programs on Gold, which is a digital channel here in the UK. It's an amazing sitcom. The best episode of all is Bambi. Series 2, Episode 1, Bambi. When they go on University Challenge, we have a spoof of when University Challenge was on ITV. So we have Bamber Gascoigne as our host, someone playing Bamber Gascoigne, obviously. It's not Mel Smith, it's the other one. And the duo, I can't remember his name, but he played Bamber Gascoigne, who was University Challenge presenter for a good few years before the BBC bought the rights, and have been doing it ever since. Jeremy Braxton took over. There was a bit where there was no University Challenge and then the new host coming in. Anyway, that's sidetrack. But we also had Emma Thompson, Hugh Laurie, Stephen Fry, and I think Ben Elton, but I'm not sure if Ben Elton was actually in that episode. And at the top, we have Mike, Vivian. I'm talking about characters, they've actually got, they're the main cast. So Mike, Vivian, Rick. And it's weird, it spoofs University Challenge to the better. I don't know why that university would have chosen them what to do it. I mean, they never explained the whole Vivian lives in his head scenario. They never fixed that ever again in the episode. But The Young Ones is incredible. I would recommend The Young Ones. You can currently get it on DVD, digital download, so Apple TV if you've got it, or Android player, so DVD, digital download. If you still have a VHS player, you can probably find it on VHS. It's available on BritBox. I know that, and if you live in BritBox in the UK, I don't know about the rest of the world. And it's available on BBC iPlayer, I think. And it's on Sky Channel Gold if you have a Sky subscription. Now, the UK and the US and around the world could probably get it on DVD because we recently revamped the DVDs and did a whole new thing as well. If you have a non-regional, like a unlock, one of those DVD players that have unlock all regions on it, you can get the DVD. The digital download will be available wherever, but because I know that like America in specifically love British humour, and Australia have very similar humour to us, so they'll definitely have it. I've got a 50% sure, but American, I'm not too sure. But The Young Ones is incredible. It's you can tell it's from the 80s. It's one of the great 80s sitcoms. It's hilarious. It's funny. There was only 2 series. It ended on a bang, literally, and it was a good place to end. Because we wouldn't have Bottom, we wouldn't have Filthy Rich and Cat Flap, we wouldn't have The New Statesman, we wouldn't have Right Said Fred, the film. Is it right? Yeah, I think it is. And we wouldn't have Man Down, we wouldn't have comedy anymore if there were more series of that. Because then we would have been bored of the whole alternative scene. So, thank you guys for watching, and remember, and now for something completely different, without hurting myself as I'm leaving.